What's going on YouTube? This is Devin coming back at you with another video today on PubStomp MTG. Glad you're here. Today we're going to be looking at Be'lakor, the Dark Master. This is a really awesome commander for that Demon Tribal deck. This is from the new collaboration with Warhammer and Magic the Gathering. I will say I'm not familiar with Warhammer, so let me know down below in the comments what this guy's lore is and what is he about. I really like this guy. He's very unique and I do like his abilities. So what does he read? He has flying and he has two abilities. Prince of Chaos. When he enters the battlefield, you may draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of demons you control. And we also do have Lord of Torment, which is whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So with the first ability, I feel like it's going to be harder to pull off for many reasons. Demons are known to be larger in mana cost, so having a lot of demons on the battlefield will make it hard for you to draw a lot of cards off of them. But we do have alternative ways that I'll be showing you later to have smaller demons on the battlefield. But I really like that last ability of dealing damage equal to its power to any target. This definitely is a Terror of the Peaks kind of card for your demons. So I think this is really fantastic. I love Terror of the Peaks. It's probably one of my favorite cards in Magic the Gathering, so this is a really great fit for those Demon Tribal synergies, and I'll be showing you some of those synergies today as we walk through this commander. So this commander has a lot going for him. I really like him. What are some synergies we could use with him specifically? First one I definitely had to throw out there because I love companions. We have Gyruda, Doom of Depths. I've talked about him before in this channel, but what does he do? When he enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, put a creature cost with an even converted mana cost from among them onto the battlefield under your control. So you can actually run this as the companion with the commander, and Gyruda is also a demon, so really great synergy there. There's a lot of really great demons in even converted mana costs as well, so it's not like really it's foiling anything. I'm not making this a companion deck though. I am only just making this as a really good card in the deck, but you could definitely for sure run him as a companion if you wanted to. But moving along, we're gonna go to two other demons that are fantastic with that life loss synergy right there. We have Rakdos, Lord of Riots, and Vilis, Broker of Blood, because you're gonna be losing a lot of life with this commander and with other synergies in this deck. Both of these really synergize with the commander. Your commander is going to be blasting everybody, making your spells cheaper with Rakdos, Lord of Riots, and with Vilis, Broker of Blood, because we're going to be losing a good amount of life in this deck because of demon synergies, we get to draw cards off of that life loss. So now that we've talked about really great demons with synergies with your commander, we want to talk about cheaper demons in the deck because we want to make sure we draw as much cards off of that ETB with our commander. We have cards like Scourge of the Skyclaves, Blade of the Oni, Dream Devourer, and Innistrad Raider. I really like Dream Devourer because he could actually make all your demons cheaper by reducing them with the foretell cost. Also with Innistrad Raider, the reason why I added this in there is because you could discard a demon and then draw a card. You could reanimate that demon later as well. With the other two, I really only added them because they are cheaper demons, but they do have some great value. Scourge of the Skyclaves will, when you cast a spell if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. So I think that's pretty good right there. And plus, you could also draw a lot of cards off of that if you have Vilis, Broker of Blood on the battlefield. Blade of Oni, I just kind of added it in there because it's just a 2 mana demon for 3/1. It's pretty good by itself, and you can lightning bolt somebody technically if you had your commander out on the battle. So I definitely like these smaller demons because they do add a little bit of something to your deck, and they could be card draw later for you when you cast your commander. But these are not the only demons you can actually run into the deck, because we actually do have some great changeling options for people that want to add those in there. We have Ovar the All-Form, which is really great in this deck. You'll see why later, because we're going to be adding a lot of flicker abilities, because whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. So because if we're targeting one of our demons, though they have legendary, we'll still get those ETBs. And then with our commander out on the battlefield, we could blast people with that. So I really like Ovar for his abilities, and plus he's a demon technically because of that shapeshifter and changeling ability. We do also have Maskwood Nexus and Black Market connections that will make you changeling tokens that will be demon tokens on top of that. Plus it'll definitely synergize with your commander. At the beginning of the game, you'll be making those tokens so that you can get that ETB of drawing, or you could use this later on and pay 3 mana, make a 2/2 to use your commander to blast somebody in the face or one of their creatures. So I do really like these cards in there because they are technically demons, so it works really well with the deck. Because I mentioned Flicker with Ovar the All-Form, I'm going to be talking about that right now with Ghostly Flicker, Displace, Thassa Deep Dwelling, and Deadeye Navigator. I really like these cards in the deck deck for a multitude of reasons. A lot of our demons do have enter the battlefield triggers, so these are going to be perfect for that deck. Plus, on top of that, we could either flicker our commander, get some more card draw, or we could also flicker some of our demons so that we could deal damage because of our commander. So these are really great options in my opinion to add into the deck. So we do also have some reanimation synergies as well that we want to talk about. We have Buried Alive and Entomb, which will search your demons and put them into your graveyard, and then later on we'll be able to reanimate them with cards like Reanimate and Orcus Prince of the Undeath. I really like these cards because I would say the majority of your demons in your deck are pretty heavily costed, so these are definitely alternatives to get them onto the battlefield for cheaper. So I do really like these to put them in the deck. So moving along, what I really like about demons is they have really great tutor effects, probably the best tutor effects in the game because you're making deals with demons. Of course, you're going to get the best deal out of it for a small price. You have cards like Varragoth the Bloodsire, which is a fantastic demon. You can vampiric tutor on a stick without the life loss, as long as you attack with them and boast with them. You do also have the 2 ETB demons with Runescarred Demon and Burning Rune Demon, which are fantastic in the deck because you can search your library for a card and put it into your hand, or search for 2 cards, put one into your hand and one into the graveyard depending on your opponent. These are really great. I like them a lot because they are ETB effects. We do have a lot of flicker abilities in here, so these are perfect fits in the deck. Also, I did add in Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. I thought I would add him in here because if you have a lot of those changelings or some of those smaller demons, they're easy to sacrifice so that you could tutor for a card and then you could go ahead and find your combo to win. So I really like these cards in general because what I really like about tutors, it makes your deck more consistent, and also you can find win cons to win the game. Speaking of winning the game, we want to talk about some ways you could win the game with this deck. We have cards like Liliana's Contract. You may draw 4 cards and lose 4 life, but at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 more demons with different names, you win the game. So this is perfect for the deck because we'll definitely have a lot of different demons in there. So it's definitely a way to win, even though your opponents may have a chance to remove Liliana's Contract before your upkeep trigger. So I would warn you about that. So I don't think it's the best way to win in my opinion, but I just hope one day I would win with a Liliana's Contract trigger to win the game, but most likely that's not going to happen. But probably the better way to win in my opinion would be using Ghostly Flicker and Dualcaster Mage combo. So this is a pretty familiar combo in a lot of different decks. Because of our commander having whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So we'll use a demon like Varragoth Bloodsky Sire that's pretty cheap and that you can put on the battlefield so you don't have to worry about that hefty mana cost with other demons. So how this combo is going to work is pretty simple. If you haven't seen this combo before, I'll explain it to you. You're going to cast Ghostly Flicker targeting Varragoth, for example, and then you'll flash in Dualcaster Mage, and that'll copy Ghostly Flicker targeting Dualcaster Mage and Varragoth at the same time, and those will flicker back on the battlefield, and then this will repeat because Dualcaster Mage will copy Ghostly Flicker. So this will happen infinitely amount of times. Because of your commander on the battlefield, you could blast everybody on the battlefield and then win the game that way. So to wrap up the video, I think Be'lakor the Dark Master is a really fun commander in my opinion. I love how it's a Terror that peaks for your demons. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's definitely the best way to support the channel. And with that out of the way, thank you for stomping